everyone, this is Christina with Getting Crafty. Today with the Stampin Queens Challenge this week, I thought I would take the time to show you a couple of different techniques that I like to play with my punches with. So first I folded a piece of a very vanilla cardstock in half, and it was 11 by 4 1/4. Then I am going to go ahead and I'm going to take my curly label punch with a piece of 4 1/4 by 1 1/4 piece of Baja Breeze cardstock, and I am going to go ahead and stick this right in there about that far and punch that out. And then I am going to move it over just a little and punch again, and then move it over again. Try to get it straight. I don't always do, but that's okay. And then move it over again. So then you have this great little border, which mine's a little cattywampus and crooked, but that's okay, because I know whoever gets it will understand. Go ahead and put some snail on there, and just go ahead and put that right at the top. Now I wanted a little bit more of a border because I didn't want so much blue, so I went ahead and cut a piece of soft suede textured cardstock, and it is 1 inch by 4 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and lay that down. And this is from the Chateau Designer Series paper, and it again is 1 1/4 by 4 4/4, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that right up there because I just wanted a little bit, but not a lot. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put some very vanilla satin ribbon right across there. So I'm just going to put some snail because I don't like to waste. And I'm going to set this right there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that off on both sides. And yes, it does really stay. And then I've also gone ahead and preheated and cut some very vanilla ribbon so that it will look like petals. I do have a video right below this one so that it won't take a really long time for you having to watch that. I'm going to go ahead and take very vanilla cardstock. I'm going to cut out one circle with my 1 1/4 inch punch, and then I am going to punch out another circle, whoops, with my 1 inch punch, and set that aside. Then I have a little piece of, whoops, here it is, of scratch sticky page, and I'm going to go ahead and take one part of it off. It doesn't matter which part. So I'm going to go ahead and take the white backing off, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick those two pieces on there. And cut the circles out. And it's easier to do it this way. I have tried using my punch to punch them out, but all that happens is my punch gets stuck. So, and I do have the older versions of these punches, so it might work better with the new ones, but I haven't tried it since I have the older ones. So I just do it this way because it's just a little bit faster. And I'm gumming up my icky scissors instead of my good scissors, my paper snips, so I don't have to clean them all up later. Because I love my paper snips. So, then I have these two, and they both have the sticky strip, or sticky page on the other side. I'm going to do one at a time. So I will just take the red protectant part off of the sticky page, hopefully, maybe. Okay, so I've taken the red piece off, the red protectant piece off that likes to stick to you. And then I will start with the one petal, and I will just go around and kind of squinch it together as I'm going around. And I start from the outside and I work my way in. You can also do this with a hot glue gun on a piece of cardstock if you don't have any of the sticky page, and that works just as well. Sometimes better, sometimes not. Just really depends on where you live and the altitude and stuff as well. And I just keep going around. Till I get to the center, which this one's a little backwards, it looks like. So I'll just go ahead and go like this. And then when you get to the point to where you're happy with it, just go ahead and cut it off, if it will come apart. I did say that these were my icky scissors, right? There we go. And that bottom part really does get kind of hard. So I'll put that there, set that one aside, and I'll do this one, but I'm going to fast forward through this one. Okay, now I'm done with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that part off, and I still have plenty of extra left over to make another one if I decide to make another one later. And I'm going to go ahead and take some of the basic pearls and my paper piercing tool, and I'm just going to stick a pearl right in the center of both of them. Okay, go ahead and put those away. And then I'm also going to just take, this is the flourish part from the Creative Elements stamp set. And I'm going to take this part, and I didn't want something quite as strong as the soft suede, so I'm just going to take the tea stain from the distressing kit, and I'm going to ink this up. Hopefully I get everywhere, but this makes it kind of noticeable, but not, I guess, like really out there, I suppose could say. And I'm just going to stamp it once. See how nice and pretty that is? I think I'm going to have to do that again. Fill in that other side a little bit. But go ahead and put that in there one more time, just off to the side. So you have a nice little background now, and it's, wow, but it's not really like just bright and, you know, throwing the card completely off. So then I want to go ahead and put a dimensional on the small 1-inch flower. Flip that over, and then I'm going to take just some mini glue dots, and I'm going to stick those on right here, and I'll put the one with the dimensional right there. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take Marina Mist, and I'm going to stamp up the saying, treat yourself like your own best company. I'm going to stamp off once because I don't want it really just crazy out there. And then I'm going to stamp on some very vanilla. I'm going to punch it out with the Modern Label Punch. But then I'm going to go ahead, let me close this. I'm going to go ahead with my tea stain And I'm just going to scrape the sides a little, which is easy to do with these little Stampin' spots. Just to let it stand out just a tiny bit. And I'll use a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals to go ahead and put that on the back. And then we'll pop it up right here. And I think that's going to do it. So I hope you enjoy the card. I hope you like it. And I will see you next time. Happy crafting!